Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warship Blitz. This time we are in the Tier 8 US Navy cruiser, the Wichita, which has got powerful guns, got secondary no torpedoes, pretty much like most cruisers past the low tiers. As a US cruiser, it has or high tier US cruiser, it has the short range guns. So I've done another Wichita video and I've mentioned it and I'll mention it again. Just be aware that when you get to the Wichita and the Baltimore, I haven't got to the Des Moines, but you do notice that the guns don't quite have the same range. It's not something I noticed with the Pensacola or the New Orleans, but certainly I have noticed it with the Wichita. So here my battleship's heading over towards that cap, and I've decided that I'll sort of cover him, but I'll see if I can sneak this cap out. Often ends in tears, but let's see how we go. Because the more caps you hold, the better off you are. That's a bot Amagi, which isn't as threatening as a real Amagi with a person behind it, but I'll get behind this island and try and capture the target zone. This Akazuki looks like he's a bit worse for wear. And we get him lined up properly, and he's slowing down. Bang! First strike, nice and easy. We give the Amagi a bit of a shot because he was trying to predict, and he hit the island, and I hit the island. And now I go for this Mahan. I slow down and I turn to the right. He also looks like he's come out of not too good for wear, so it is a bot, which means that it's not quite as dangerous as a human in a Mahan. But this is the same approach I'd take: weave backwards and forwards, just be prepared for the torpedoes so that I can keep turning in. I'd probably lower my speed because a human probably would have launched to try and get rid of me. Bang, second kill. Okay, then, well, part of my problem is it's the time of night that I play. So for me, I think around about 7 p.m. is midnight on the server. So if I'm playing after 7 p.m., I'm playing in the early hours of the morning. So yeah, so I do get a bit of bots. Here we go. The plane set me on fire, but I shot a few of them down with my my captain has an additional air defence and enhanced period of air defence. So yeah, I do try and maximise the air defence capability of the Wichita, so I do enjoy the odd, I don't mind carriers as much as some other players do at this level. Now, one of the reasons that I kept this video is just what's happening here. Here I am, our team's ahead, we've got 3 caps. It seems like they've got the enemy bottled up and under control. So I'm free to deal with this carrier. Now this is a bot carrier. A human carrier should have just picked up speed and driven off in the opposite direction towards his battleships, and it would be a pretty long and difficult chase. You can see how fast he moves. But the real issue is that the sort of people that decide to take time out just to nab the carrier on the way through. Carriers aren't something you nab on the way through. If you're going for the carrier, you have to basically make sure that you got the battle in the bag. There's no carrier that can grab a cap off any number of surface ships. So if you're in a domination game like this, and you get tempted to try and, hey, I'll get the carrier in the bag, just be aware that you're going to take a long time to knock him down, especially in a cruiser, and even in a battleship. You'll probably take you a couple of shots, and those carriers move quick. And so there's been more than one occasion where I've found that the game's been lost around me as I've chased the carrier down to the edge of the map. So that's probably the educational component. And here, as you can see, my guns are very short range, and it's going to take me forever to try and catch whatever ship this is. And one of the problems with the short range guns of the Wichita, if you ever get it, is that if you are in a cruiser taking on battleship, taking them on at extreme range is quite good because your dispersion is better than theirs. You can fire HE. The issue is, of course, with the Wichita, extreme range isn't really extreme range for a lot of battleships. So you're at extreme range, they're sort of at the edge of their intermediate range, and you can get hammered pretty hard. So it isn't a ship that can go off and look after itself. It is definitely something that should be with friends. And of course, this video, don't treat this video as the rule, treat it as the exception. We had a very capable team, but it does have high shell arcs, and there we go, straight over the island. I adjust my aim, of course, which means that I'll miss the next ones. But quite happily firing it straight over the island at the North Carolina. Now, if the game was any longer, that North Carolina would be in a lot of hurt because basically everybody is ganging up on him. So let's go have a look at the scores. So I got 3 kills, one of them admittedly a bot, but still. Battle medal's a battle medal, First Strike, Battle Star, and Iron Fortress, 2 Citadel hits, 74 main battery hits, long time spent knocking down that carrier. Not as great damage as other people, but obviously those kills really helped, and look at all those aircraft. And there was only a couple of waves that came after me. So I hope that was educational, and thanks for watching. Do subscribe to the channel if you like it.